Yes, good morning to all. Today we are going
Good morning, sir.
very good morning. Now we are going to study the next phylum, that is the Echinodermata, with its general characteristics, classification, and the economic importance, and the one type the study, that is the starfish. Or so the first one is the echinoderms. Means the spines and derm means the skins. Those organisms possesses the spines on their body or the skin, they known as the echinoderms. And the very well known examples are the starfish, feather star, and you don't sea urchins, sea cucumbers. These are the favorite examples of the phylum Echinoderms. So one by one, we are going to discuss its characteristics. The general characteristics of the phylum Echinoderms: econ means the spines and derma means the skin. It is a kingdom built, including in the Animalia. These are the exclusively marine form. They are not found in the fresh water. Only the marine form. Near to the seashore, if you visit to the Ratnagiri, Cochin or other seashore, at the morning and evening times, you can get a number of the echinoderms are there, gathered there, the crowd there on that the seashores. These are the exclusively marine grade organization. Organ system is the grade, mostly the digestive system, vascular system, reproductive system, nervous system, well developed. So the organic system grade, the germ layer, the triploblastics, the symmetry. Adults are the radially symmetrical, while the larvae are the bilaterally symmetrical. The adults have the radially, mostly the pentamerous symmetry is there, and the larvae is showing the uh, bilateral symmetry. Coelom present, that the coelomate animal, body without segmentation. The shape of the body is the flat, star-like, spherical, or the elongated. The shape is the varies, mostly of the form of the star shape, spherical, elongated, or somewhat flattened. Dorsoventrally flattened body is there. Head is absent. Presence of tube pit for locomotion. Presence of water vascular system. Mouth is present on the ventral side, while the anus is present on the dorsal side. Due to the presence of the mouth on the ventral side, they are known as the oral surface, and where is the anus is present, so that's known as the aboral surface. Respiration by papillae, gills, or the cloacal respiratory tree. These are the various respiratory organs is found in these phylum Echinoderms. The papillae, gills, or the cloacal respiratory. These are the nervous system is the absent. They are the brainless organisms. Circulatory system is the reduced. Heart is absent. Blood has no pigment. Digestive system complete. Excretory system absent. Sexes mostly dioecious, rarely the monoecious. Dioecious, male female of the sex. The reproduction at the sexual by the gametic fusion and asexual this is regeneration. They have the great power of the regeneration. The fertilization is the external. Development indirect with the characteristic larvae. Now the classification of the echinoderms, if they are divided into the 5 classes, that the first class is known as the Asteroidea, second is the Aphroidea, third one is the Echinoidea, then the Holothuriidea, and the fifth one is the Crinoidea. Now, before going to discuss the classification, we are going to study the body organization of these the phylum. The general characteristics of phylum Echinoderms, that's the habitat. All the existing echinoderms are the marine. They are generally live in a sea bottom, born at the pelagic, free swimming in the open water, and the few are the sessile attached to the substratum. They are found at the sea bottom level or the swimming on the water pelagic, and then some are the attached to the substratum sessile forms are. Body form, it varies considerably. The body is star shaped, spherical, cylindrical, or unsegmented, and the body lacks the head, spines, and the pedicellary. Many echinoderms bear the spines and the pincer-like pedicellary. The spines are the protective in functions, and the pedicellariae keep the body surface clear of debris and the minute organisms. These are the attached towards the substratum also. The symmetry. The symmetry is the bilateral in larvae, but pentamerous radial in the adults. But the body parts are arranged in 5 or the multiples of 5. That body wall, epidermis is a single layer and the ciliated. In many echinoderms, there is the endoskeleton of calcareous plates in the dermis, which are the mesodermal in origin. And the body cavity, there is a true coelomate, enterocoelomic coelom is there. Enterocoelomic coelom is present in the body of cavity. And the ambulacral system means are nothing but the water vascular system. Water is the intake, circulating body, and then again the expelled to the outside. That's another water vascular system. Presence of the ambulacral system is the characteristic feature of phylum Echinodermata. A perforated plate called madreporite is present in this system. The pores of the madreporite allow the water into the system, and the 2 feet of this system help in locomotion, capture of food, and the respiration. Water vascular system is a coelomic origin. Then the digestive tract, it is usually complete. Brittle stars have incomplete digestive tract. That's another form of the echinoderms has the complete digestive system, which is started from mouth, then the pharynx, mouth, buccal cavity, pharynx, esophagus, then the intestine, stomach and the intestine, and the anus is there. The hemal and the perihemal systems consist of blood vascular system. There are the present of hemal and the perihemal system, which are of the coelomic origin. Thus, the so-called circulatory system is the open type and include the hemal and the perihemal systems. This is the open type of it. So blood is often without respiratory pigment. There is no heart. Then the respiratory organs, the gaseous exchange occurs by the dermal branchi, papillae in starfishes, peristomal gills in the sea urchins, genital versi in the brittle stars, and the fluid respiratory tree in the holothurians. Exchange of gases also takes place throughout the pit. So this is the water vascular system showing here. This is the madreporite, then the stone canal, ring canal, radial canal, and having the pits are there. This is the structure of the pedicellariae, that's the pedicellariae, and the spine with the dermal branchi. This is the pedicellariae and the dermal branchi, which is the respiratory organs are there, and this is the pedicellariae with the parallel jaw. There are the 2 kinds of the pedicellariae found in there. One is the cross type and one is the scissor or the straight. This is the straight, and the scissor like or the cross type pedicellariae are found. Then the excretory organs are there. The specialized excretory organs are absent. Nitrogenous waste are the diffused out via gills. The ammonia is the chief excretory matter. There is no special excretory organs or the excretory system, but the gills are also the responsible for to the eliminate the nitrogenous waste material. Nervous system, it consists of the nerve ring and the radial nerve cords, brain as such as the absent. Sense organs, they are the poorly developed. Sexes and fertilization, except a few individuals, the sexes are separate. There is no sexual dimorphism. Externally, we cannot identify male and the female. Only due to the examination of the gonad, we can identify either it is a male or the female. Fertilization is the usually external, and asexual reproduction is there. Some forms reproduce asexually by self-division. Then the autotomy and the regeneration. These are the 2 terms which is found in mostly the echinoderms. Autotomy means when they are the dangers, if is they capture or by their predators, they cut their body parts and they escape from the enemies or the predators. So they known as autotomy. And the regeneration, the whatever the cut parts is again developed, and from the single part the whole organism will be developed. That's known as the regeneration. Then the development is the indirect, and they includes the ciliated bilaterally symmetrical larva that undergoes the metamorphosis to change into the radially symmetrical adult. Different larval forms are found, which are mentioned in the classes of Echinodermata. So now, what are the unique features of this phylum is there? The presence of the spines and the pedicella. That not found in the another any kind of the animal group or the phylum. This is the only the phylum is there that the organisms possesses the presence of the spines and the pedicella. And the umbilical system is the unique features of this the phylum or this Echinoderms, presence of the water vascular system. The humal system is the again the one is the unique feature of the presence of the humal system, because there actually no heart and no respiratory pigment is there. The mesodermal endoskeleton of calcareous plates, presence of the calcareous endoskeleton is the calcareous. The bilateral symmetry in larva and the radial symmetry in the adult. So this is the variations is found in the larval and the adult forms is there in symmetry also. This is the unique features. The degenerate characters, what the characters of the not develop is there. That's known as the degenerate, lack of head, that the headless animals. Simple sense organs, nervous system is very poor or the many times is the absent. The incomplete digestive tract with some forms, and the reduce the circulatory system. This is the and the absence of excretory system. This is the degenerate forms of the this group is also. Okay. Then the absence of excretory system. Resemblance with chordates. What the affinity with the chordates is there? The radial and the intermediate cleavage. In the development, they are showing the cleavage. Gastrulation by invagination, as like the chordates. Mouth derived as the ectodermal invagination. Mouth is very well developed, and at the time of the capturing the prey or the food, is the buccal cavity or the stomach is the that whatever the cardiac stomach it is everted through the mouth, and the uh, food is or the and its prey is the capture. The adult anus derived from the embryonic blastopores. Mesodermal endoskeletons and the enterocoelous coelom, both are the deuterostomes. From these the resemblance, it is a clearly proved that the echinoderms are near to the chordates and than any other group. It is also the indicate that the chordates have been evolved from the echinoderms like the ancestors. This is the very close toward the chordate features. So now the classification of phylum Echinodermata. The first form is known as the phylum class is the Asteroidea. The Greek is the Greek word. Aster means the stars, and Euids means the forms. The star-shaped, generally they known as the sea star, because they are found in sea and the star-shaped animal. So generally termed as the sea stars, and generally known as the starfish. Actually, it is not the fish, but those organisms are lived in the water media. They termed as the fish, and they look like the star shape. So now the starfish is their local name is there. Body is the star-like. 5 arms are usually present, which are not sharply marked of the form of the central disc. Larval forms are the Bipinnaria, and the Brachylaria examples is the Asterius, Pentacreus, the starfish, and the astropex starfish. There is the well-known example of the starfish is there. General another characteristics we are seeing here with their okay. The Asteroidea body is flattened, star-shaped with the 5 arms. It possesses the tube feet with the sucker, presence of the calcareous plate, and the movable spines. Respiratory organs is the papillae. Example is the Asterias, or the starfish, second the Astropectine, or the Zoroaster, or the Oriaster. Then the second class is the Ophiroidea. Body is flat with the pentamerous disc. They possesses the long arm which is just sharply demarcated from the central disc. They possesses the tube feet without suckers. Anus and the intestine are absent. Respiratory organs are the bursae. An example is the Opidermata, Ophitrix, Astrophyton, and the Amphora. Then the Echinoidea, the body is disc-like, hemispherical. They are devoid of arms or three rays. They possess tube feet with the sucker, and they possess the compact skeleton and the movable spines. The globular body, example is the sea urchin, Callicarius arabica, and the Echinocardium. Then the Holothuridia, body is elongated in the oral arboreal axis, and it is like the cucumber. They have no arms, spines, and the pedicellary. The tube feet are the sucking type, which is modified into the tentacles, and from the circle around mouth, the respiratory organs, that the cloacal respiratory tree is formed. And the example is the Cucumaria, or the generally known as the sea cucumber, or the Holothuria, Mesothuria. And the fifth class, then was the Crinoidea. What is the star-shaped? Some of the forms are the extinct and the living forms. Arms the bifurcated with the two pinnules. They have tube feet with suckers. An example is the Neometra, Antedon, or the feather stars, and the Rhizoceros. Okay, now with the help of some diagrams, we can try to understand the classification again. Here, some forms are there. This is the starfish. See the starfish, body look like the star color, star shape, and dorsoventrally flattened, having the dermal spines on there. So they the ventrally the mouth is there, and each arm consists the pair of the eyes at the tip of the arms. At the middle of the arms, there is the presence of the groove, anterior groove. That's and they are the pedicellary, and the gills are present for pedicellary for the protection, and the gills for the respiration, or the papillae, dermal papillae is found in there, gills and papillae for respiration. And this is the form of the Asteroidea. Then the second one is that whatever the example we are seeing here, the phylum, the class is second class, the Ophiroidea. The example is that the operate tails, body is the star-like, arms are the sharply marked up, so the central disc, umbilical groove, the are absent, and pedicellary are absent also. Larval form is the Ophidioplates. Example is Ophitrix, brittle star. The look like the star, but the arms are the short. Ophioderma, brittle star is there. That the Ophicoma, generally they are known as the brittle stars. See, here is any.
सर
Yes.
स्पष्ट दिसत नाहीये सर.
स्पष्ट दिसत नाही. Okay. See now.
नो सर, फ्लर दिसतंय.
Blur दिसतंय. Now we can find out. See this the brittle star now. I enlarge here. Now see, this is the brittle star. There's the 5-armed body having the central disc. In the Generally, the echinoderms, they have the central disc, and from the central disc, the 5 arms are the originated, and they are the having the number of the pedicellaries are there. Okay, this the spines are there, and the gills, dermal papillae is there. Is the brittle star. Example is the brittle star. Okay. Another one form is there. The echinoderms, echinodia. Echines means the hedgehog, and the aldus means form. Body is globular, of the disc-like biting and chewing apparatus with the teeth, called the Australis lanterns present. Umbilical grooves are the present, and the larval forms are the platans and the echinoderms. Example is the echines, sea urchins, the clapster, cake urchin, the echinoculus, sand dollar, echino. See, this is the globular form of the sea urchin is there. This is the sea urchin. This is the rounded structure. Actually, it's the ventral surface, but when we at the oral view or the dorsally we are observed, that is the globe, rounded half-like ball structure is there. Globe-like structure is found is there. So this is the sea urchin having the number of spines, and at the central there is the opening of the mouth with the teeth. The example of the sea urchin is there. Then the Holothroidea, the sea cucumbers are there. Body is elongated, cylindrical, oral end, has mouth surrounded by tentacles. Umbilical grooves are absent, and the spines and the pedicellariae are absent. Larval forms of the okay. See, this is the sea cucumber of the Holothria. At the anterior end, they have the tree of the respiratory, or the cloacal respiratory tree is the present is there. And this the anus is towards the posterior, and the body can showing the long elected cucumber like body. And the last form of that known as the crinoidea. The body has the central disc which is attached to the substratum. Arms are the branched, and the spines are the pedicellary and the medullary. Larval forms is the Dolaria. They are the commonly called as the feather stars or the sea lilies, and this the antedons or the feather star is there. This is the example of the feather star, antedon. See, this the like the feathers structure is the found as the whatever we say that its spines are look like the feather with the central disc. The arms are the arises from there with the feather-like structures. At the center, there is again the presence of the mouth. So, yes, if you have not seen the clearly images, see this the now here in this the color diagram. This is known as the brittle star. This is the brittle star is there. This is the starfish. This is the sea urchin. This is the sea urchin. Globular form is there. Okay, it is again the form of the starfish is there. It is the form of starfish, and it is the part of the some of the cucumberia. Cucumber-like oral surface is there. Okay, so this form of the marine echinoderm forms. Okay, now it is about general characteristics and classification of the echinoderms. Now we are going to the next part, that is the animal type study, that the starfish. We are going to in details the starfish, the history of the Astreus. Astreus is commonly known as the by the name of starfish. The name starfish is the somewhat misleading, so suggesting an organism to be like a star and fish, but as the Asterius lacks in both the characteristics, therefore recently it is renamed as the sea star. So many times they are termed as the starfish, but it is not the fish. If you are the see the fish, body is the streamline, the taper toward the both the ends, having the fins for the locomotory organs, but like the no such a characteristics found in the starfish. But they termed as the starfish because only due to the shape and they live in the water media. So the insist of them, the name is the chain at the sea star. Star is found in the sea, so name is the given is the sea star. Thereafter, there occur about the 150 species of the Asterias, all of which have the different geographical distribution. 150 species of the starfish is found throughout the world, and they are distributed throughout the world. The Asterias rubens is the common species, occurs on the English and the North European coasts. The Asterias vulgaris is found on the North Atlantic coast of North America. Asterias forebsi occurs on the eastern sea shore from the Marine to the Gulf of Mexico. Asterias amurensis is found in the Bering Sea, Japan and the Korea, and the Asterias tenera occurs on the seashore from the Nova Scotia of the New Jersey. Some other common sea stars are Pentaceros, Astropectines, Asterina, Heliaster, Soliaster, Ludia, etc. The following account. Now we are going to discuss about the Asterias rubens, the habitat and the habitat of the Asterias. Asterias is the exclusively marine, bottom dwelling or the benthic animal inhabiting the various type of bottom, mainly in the littoral zones where they are the crawl about or the many remain the quiescent at the times of either in the open or more or less concealed. Asterias forebsi is found equally abundant on the hard rocky, sandy or the soft bottom. So already I tell you these sea stars are found on the prowl on the seashores are there in colonial or in groups. Asterias forebsi, they are the very good seen when they are look very good seen look when they are the prowling on the seashores, while the other species have been the found to prefer rock. The most species of Asterias are generally solitary, but under the certain ecological conditions, such to avoid the direct sunlight to excessive drying, many individuals may gather at the some place for the purpose of protection. Most of them are the nocturnal, remain quiet in daytimes, and become the active during the night. They move by prowling on the bottom, mostly at the rather slow rate. All sea stars are the carnivorous and feed voraciously on almost many available slow-moving, on sessile animals, chiefly on polychaetes, crustaceans, mollusks, and echinoderms. Their favorite dish is the molluscan animal. The bivalve and the uh, small molluscan animals, shelled animals, they are feeders on that the bivalves. The crustaceans, mollusks, and the other echinoderms, and even the corpses. Many species of the Asterias exhibit the various types of biological relationship, such as the parasitism, commensalism with the members of the different zoological groups. Sea stars is the general exhibit the remarkable power of autotomy and the generation. So this is about the now. Okay. Now the classification is there. Lack of classification, okay, including to the phylum Echinodermata. Then external features of the Asterias, shape, size, and the color is there. Asterias has a radially symmetrical and the pentamerous body. The body consists of the central pentagonal central disc, from which the radiate out of the five elongated tapering symmetrical space projection, the rays or the arms. In some genera, the number of the arms may be more than 5. For example, there are 7 to 14 arms in the Solester and more than 40 arms in the Heliasters. These are the another form of the sistar. The size varies from 10 to the 20 centimeter in diameter, though the forms of may be much smaller or longer. The color is the variable, having the shades of yellow, orange, brown and the purple. The body has two surfaces. The upper convex and the much darker side is called the aboral or the aboctinal surface. The lower surface is flat, less pigmented, and is called the oral and the actinal surface. The oral and the aboral surface are not the ventral and dorsal surface, but they correspond to the left and the right sides of the bilaterally symmetrical larvae. The excess occupied by the arms are known as the redi, and the regions of the central disc between the arms known as the interredi. A well-defined head is the entirely. See this the structure of the starfish. This is the known as the ventral view or the oral view, and this is known as the aboral view, because presence of the mouth toward the ventral surface at the toward the seashore or the sea water shore, and this the dorsal view. Okay, so this is known as the aboral. The anus is the present is there. From the central discs, these the arms are the arises. This is the pentagonal. This pentagonal disc is there, and from the each arm of the pentagons, each side of the pentagon, the one arm is the arises. So this is the look like the star or the so generally known as the sea star or the starfish. And consists the spines at the both sides of the arms and an inner lip. Whole body is covered of the spines, and the cupids are present at the ambulacral groove. At every arm has the centrally there is the one grooves are there, and then the ambulacral groove, and there are the row of the cupids inside the ambulacral groove. There is the row of the cupids is there. Okay. So now we are stopped here.